All right, folks, look, I know I'm late, but yes, I enjoyed this film, so I have to do a review. So let's jump into the film, The Protege. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film The Protege, which is available now. And yes, folks, as I said, I'm late to this review. I was on vacation, but I did check it out and I did enjoy this film. Now, I gotta be 100% honest with you. When I first saw this film, when I saw the trailer and I saw promotional material about it, I was like, oh, this is a cash grab. Samuel Jackson, Michael Keaton. I mean, to be honest, to me, this was feeling like what Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage has been doing for the last year during the pandemic and whatnot. Those films where you're like, oh, clearly this is a cash grab, and I don't know why. And I know for in particular there was one film that really had my hopes up, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. And so I've been a little bit leery when I see big names and projects that isn't heavily promoted and pushed and whatnot. And I did see, saw this enough to know, like, okay, this has potentials, but like, you won't fool me twice, folks. But I'm here to say that if you're late like me, this film was pretty damn good. I enjoyed this film. Good action, actually better action than I thought it was going to be. And actually, I just be honest, my expectations were just low, period, as I said. But with this star-studded cast, Samuel Jackson, Michael Keaton, Robert Patrick, just to name a few, and then you have Maggie Q, who is your lead here. And I thought she did a fantastic job, especially with a cast like this, where like it could be easily you could easily be putting it back, especially with somebody like Samuel Jackson, who's going to do Samuel Jackson at any given time, and who can easily, no matter how minimum his role is, can easily be the star. But everybody did really well, and how they complemented each other was fantastic. I mean, Maggie and Michael, their scenes together was super good, and upon reading the synopsis, I was like, well, how's that gonna work, But I'll just say that Maggie plays this character, Anna, who is an assassin since day one, and then she's basically taken under the tutelage of her secondary dad, and Moody, who's played by Samuel Jackson, and that's kind of their thing. He helped her escape Vietnam, which is already like one up in her chances of having a successful life, especially at the current climax of what Vietnam was when she was there. But yeah, he's her dad, but then he's brutally murdered. And so with her being the best contract killer out there, you knew what she was going to do. She was going to go seek vengeance. That brings her to Michael Keaton character, who is equally as good, but also attracted to her. So they got this little cat and mouse dynamic going on here, and it's super interesting. It's obviously not something that you haven't seen before, but again, how would Michael and how would Maggie work in this dynamic? And they were fantastic. I was feeling the energy. I was like, okay, I can buy into this. And both of them were just fantastic in their roles. But yes, it does put the two of them in a cat and mouse dynamic, and even at the same time too, may actually put them alongside of each other for a bigger evil. So it's a good story, good action. My only caveat is that obviously, none of the three of them nor anybody was doing their stunts, and none of the lead people were doing their own stunts. And I felt like it was a little bit noticeable at times where the stunt double was in, which brings me to my point that I felt that the editing could have been just a little bit better, because it was a little choppy at times. And as a person who just really wants to digest some good action, you're looking at that smooth flow and transition, because I mean, if we get a one-shot scene, then you're at your highest peak right there. But like, if we're not going to get that, we're going to get the casual few takes, then we want to see how things transition. And there definitely was times where things felt a little choppy that could have been better. But I gotta say, from the action that happened, I would definitely have a lot of questions about the moments that they actually were doing the stunts. because there was a lot of crazy, insane moments and spots. And Maggie just did a fantastic job. And then while all the action is happening, you know, a little bit of gore, things did get a little bit brutal and gruesome. There was some comedy there, and I love the banter, especially, I mean, Samuel Jackson, you know, he's just walking charisma at any given time. But Maggie and Michael really had some good scenes together, and I was really buying into it. Not just the mannerisms between the two of them, but the dialogue was really good, really flowed well. And then Robert Patrick, who I'll say, like, you know, he always gives you sadistic no matter what he does. And he was interested in this as well too. So, you know, nonetheless, I thought fantastic cast, a very digestible plot, good action. It's a very solid movie. This is a very good theatrical movie. And even for it to be almost 2 hours, it flowed really well. The pacing of the movie was really good. So, you know, this is why I had to get the review out, because I'm pretty high on this film, and I'm glad I'm not that there was an upset here in regards to what I thought this was going to be, because for sure I was like, oh, cash grab, and it wasn't. So definitely check out Protege if you haven't. Jump in the comments if you have. Tell me your thoughts about this film, and as always, stay tuned because we got more reviews coming very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.